out of the body. Center for Consciousness Studies.
Olá, eu sou Moisés Esagüi e hoje é o quarto
Hello,
dia.
my name is Moisés Esagüi and today is the fourth day of Learn About Reincarnation. We will talk about the physical life's journey. On the first day, we had an opening, and on the second and third days, we talked a little bit about the birth process. Now we will go on the physical life's journey. This is important.
Agora nós vamos fazer o percurso da vida física.
You were born and now we are all here, pretty alive on earth, and that is how our physical story begins.
E começa a nossa história física.
This story is a wonderful story. It only needs to have a meaning, and we need to understand the meaning of life, which we will discuss on the last day.
Discutir no último dia.
After birth, the child has all their chakras open. They are willing to absorb and learn much more about life than in any other moment, mainly because the emotional factors, the fear factors, are not complete yet, except for the remainings of the past life, which are not very visible.
Principalmente porque os fatores emocionais, os fatores de medo, não existem ainda integralmente, a não ser os resquícios da vida anterior, mas que ainda não são muito visíveis.
The child works mainly on the basic chakra. Up to 5, 6, 7 years of age, their activity is physiological. They do not have that adult attitude of running many checks or analysis for anything. For them, things are very simple.
De fazer várias verificações ou análises para qualquer atitude. Para elas, as coisas são muito simples, né?
They have a desire, and they try to fulfill it.
Fazer esse desejo.
It is a learning moment in which, since they are working much more on the basic chakra, which is the emotional chakra, they can get fear scars.
Ela pode ficar com marcas de medo, né?
Our fears are well recorded by these emotional chakras. That is why Freud used to say that childhood scars lasted for the entire life.
Elas pegavam a pessoa.
The basic chakra has a high acceleration. It responds rapidly to the environment, and that is why it is also a dense energy generator. It is very strong, powerful, and it also requires the replenishment of these energies. That is why the child always eats more than an adult. They cannot control it. They burn energy much faster.
Por isso que a criança acaba sempre se alimentando muito mais do que um adulto, né? Ela não tem o controle, o gasto de energia dela é muito maior.
Whether they are on the basic chakra, on the spleen chakra, or even when their activity happens on the umbilical chakra, these three chakras are instinctive, and throughout our physical life's journey, if we split it in septenniums, from 0 to 7, from 7 to 14, and from 14 to 21, the maturation and journey of these chakras is complete.
Dos 14 aos 21, cumprir o amadurecimento e o percurso desses chakras.
It means that when you reach the 7th year of your life, you should be working more on the spleen chakra, with your consciousness revolving more around it, which would be our natural development.
O desenvolvimento natural nosso, né?
After that, you would go on to the umbilical chakra, and their sequence, if we consider the 7 chakras, right?
Os chakras, os 7 chakras magnos, tá certo?
What you are hearing right now is a bird. As we are in a place full of vegetation, there is a black bird here making a huge noise. It is really funny.
Ele é muito engraçado.
But we are talking exactly about the physical life's journey. So, up to when you reach 21 years old, we should reach the maturation of the chakra cycle, which happens naturally if there is no trauma or problem.
Natural se não houver nenhum tipo de trauma, nenhum tipo de problema.
If you could have a family relation that is really good, in which you are embraced, in which you talk in a calm way, with no emotional charges, aggressiveness, impositions, without having to deal with people's instability, then you will go on this journey naturally.
Posições sem ter que dar conta do desequilíbrio das pessoas, aí você vai fazer esse percurso natural.
So, you reach the age of 21 absolutely dealt with in these 3 chakras. As the majority of us cannot deal with ourselves on these 3 chakras, we deal with something that a psychoanalyst or psychologist will call regression to primitive phase or childhood, when a situation in which you are instinctive happens.
Quando acontece algum tipo de situação em que você é instintivo.
Many times, the person laughs in a childish way. They behave like a baby, even physically, getting fat like a baby. They want to be a big baby due to not having some things dealt with at that moment.
Ela quer ser bebezão por conta de não ter algumas coisas resolvidas nesse momento.
But we are going on this journey. The good idea is that we understand how we should deal with these situations, these phases of our lives.
Como nós deveríamos lidar com essas situações da nossa vida, com essas fases.
So, up to 7 years of age, you have to be a child, to live like a child. You cannot require them to be a genius and force them to learn too many things. It has to be reasonable. They have to play a lot. They have to learn in a ludic way. This is a reactive moment, and this reactivity may be enjoyed in a very good way so that they grow and leave this process, because then they will go to the new phase naturally. They will have the adolescence phase, which is a phase of a high drive of both basic and spleen chakras, and the power of both of these chakras together will bring a huge sexual desire. The child is clueless. They do not know very well what sexuality is. Then, many things happen in our lives that can disarrange and make us take paths that, sometimes, are not that good for us. But a good guidance makes us deal with these drives in an easier way. We are able to send these energies towards productive things. This is really cool. So, up to 14 years old, you will go on a journey, which should be much more focused on me than on external things. Then, you go to the third phase, in which you would be working on your umbilical chakra, and that thing about thinking you are better than the others, that you are the center of the universe and so on. But since we do not learn things right, we create very strong defensive elements related to our ego, limiting our space. The first limitation is your name. Your name is your space. Then, you work on it throughout your life for not having much knowledge, thinking you are right. I think we have to learn to take the path of detaching from ego and everything, otherwise your physical life does not mature. Years will go by and, with this change, these years, you simply will not enjoy everything you should have in your life. Each phase of your life has to be fulfilled in the best way. We will never be able to reach 100%. You will be able to reach 70, 80%, which will already be great for us. So, it is good that we know what I am talking about. The other phases, you will go through heart chakra, laryngeal chakra, frontal chakra, and you should get to the coronary chakra by the age of 50, 51, 52. Up to the age of 60, you will be able to reach this chakra. Then you would have a maturity condition that is very interesting, because it should be our natural goal. And we can tell that the person did not reach it when they are very excited, aggressive, when they offend others, when things go wrong. If someone does something and you yell at them, you do not accept what they are. You are always right. What others do is always garbage, always wrong. This shows that the person's consciousness is not really on their upper chakras. They are still going from umbilical to heart chakra, in terms of consciousness. Because, actually, we always use all chakras, but in terms of consciousness, your major activity shows who you are exactly because you behave within the patterns of that chakra. A very advanced consciousness respects everyone. It will be in a condition to embrace others. Even if they have problems, it can see them and always make a move to help, to support the other.
Ela consegue enxergá-lo e ela consegue sempre fazer movimento que seja movimento de ajuda, de continuar o outro, de
Things much more mature than simply disqualifying.
desqualificar.
There is a lot of that, disqualifying the other is bad, that childish thing that are confrontations. Confrontation is very childish. Confrontation happens on the first chakras, between the basic and the spleen chakra, and a little bit of the umbilical chakra, because they allow this space limitation and confrontation all the time. You have to beat the other one, which is nonsense, because if we imagine that our life's journey, in which you can do so much, you can create, have many activities, healthy physical and mental activities, we end up not doing any of that and only practicing things that are convenient for us.
Ter muitas atividades físicas saudáveis, atividades mentais saudáveis, né? A gente acaba não fazendo nada disso e praticando só as coisas convenientes para a gente, né?
Our journey has to be taken adding knowledge and good behavior.
Com acréscimos de conhecimento e com acréscimos de comportamento.
This would make a good physical life's journey. You will meet someone, but when we meet them, our lack of affection takes us through paths that sometimes are totally different from our growth and evolution. We will meet someone nice, talk to them, tell them who you really are, listen to what they are, see if you match, then the kids will come, and, as we were not educated to do things in an organized way, we do it as we can. We do not treat well our own kids, with the goodwill that we should. We always do it out of guilt. When we treat them well, is to make up for guilt. This would not be a good idea, right? Our physical life's journey should have a curve that is sort of a parable. You go up and up, until you reach a balance point of your physical life in which you know that your physical reactions are in a good point, you are healthy, then it starts to go down, which is a natural decline for all of us, due to the wear of this physical body, which is vulnerable, destructible, sequential. You cannot move.
Esse declínio é natural para todos nós pelo desgaste desse corpo físico, que é corpo vulnerável, destrutível, sequencial, né? Você não consegue se deslocar.
I'm elsewhere, and just be there. You have to take a path. It is a sequential body. So, knowing this, there are things that we can continue, and continuity is our inner growth. This inner growth is crucial. Why? You will get there when you are around 50, 60 years old, and you may be healthy, but you may be growing more and more in terms of awareness, perception of everything. That is, your life is very rich and happy. You will find people who are like that, but there are not many. Some even think they are temporarily like this because they want to convince themselves, but just knowledge is not enough to improve ourselves. Knowledge and our actions are crucial. It would be good if we reached the end of our lives and had grown in our relationships, the way we treat others, if we left our aggressiveness, passiveness, illnesses process. If we really grew. If we have a difficulty, let's get over it. Also, not only getting over them through ego effort, but through the help of a professional. Let's go. If you have an illness, you need to see someone, a doctor, someone to help you. Do not let things get worse. Then, when taking this journey, growth is fundamental. It is good to enjoy every moment of our life in order to add something, to organize, because organization is crucial so that we can deal with everything we are, with those instinctive desires with which we will have to deal, and with desires that are not instinctive, which are those things with a more organized and rational construction. Our physical and mental food have to be of a good quality.
Quanto à nossa alimentação mental, ela tem que ser de qualidade.
And I think that this is an important point.
Ponto importante.
I, personally, do not eat meat, and I think it is not good to do so.
Que não é uma boa ideia comer carne.
This is my opinion, and if someone does, it is fine. I am okay with that.
Tudo bem, não tem problema para mim.
I do not eat meat because I take many energetic factors into account, and I believe meat is a very dense energy. And, at the end of the day, I think you can eat vegetables, which will be healthy too, will give you many advantages in spiritual energetic terms, because it is an immanent energy, not a consciential energy that was originated from fear, instinctive reactions, because that is what an animal is. You are ingesting everything it is.
Consagrada pelo medo, pelas reações instintivas, porque é isso, animal é assim, né? Você está consumindo tudo que ele é.
And it will make a life happier. So, when you get to the end of the story, you will have enough knowledge to continue it, because losing the physical body does not end your story. And I tell you that we meet who we are. Do not think that you will lose your physical body and say, I will be better off. No, you will always continue to be who you are. And I always say that, we are heirs of ourselves. This phrase is one of my own that I wrote in my first book. We are heirs of ourselves, not only of this life, but of many reincarnations. You go on the journey, and you are responsible for it. Do not try to blame others. You are responsible for it. You develop all your story to the point that you will face the last day of your life. The last time, the last moment, is a good time for us to do that as a calm passing from one consciousness to the other. You will not be in your physical body anymore. It is an old clothing that you will have to hand out, and even though we know that, I know we end up suffering a lot. When the person passes away, there is no more physical presence, no more dialogue, no more hugs, laughs, and all the acquaintanceship we had, sharing a space. Sometimes the person may not talk to you a lot, but the fact that you know they are there is already great. When they are not there, you will say, God, you were always here with me. Is it not? It is. So, we will go on this journey and we will have a meaningful physical life, a meaningful path. Our physical life is very important because this body allows us to contact consciousness at many levels. And I think that only that is already very important. You will learn more, leaving those repetitive things that we learn. Not only repetitive, but that do not give you space to think, act, do, say. We have to be able to open our minds for that. It is not only you when I say, you, because the other one also needs this space. When someone has a belief, you need to respect it. When they do not believe you, you have to respect them. The person has this right, and this is their moment, and we do not know what spiritual level we really are. We only think we are better, because it is convenient to say, God, I am really good. No, you are only part of a whole. You are here to be part of it. And it is a good thing to do your best to be a good part of this whole. But then you go on a physical life's journey in which you learned a lot about spirituality, about any activity. In my opinion, our physical life has to be lived with many learnings so that we can open space for frequencies in our chakras. I always say that, and I repeat, you can learn a language, write, study music, paint, do any physical activity, learn, for example, how to give a lecture, improve your interpersonal relations, because it is crucial.
palestra, né? Aperfeiçoar sua relação com as pessoas, que isso é fundamental.
Do not say, but this person is bad, this person is this. You have to know more, and this knowledge takes us to deliverance. So, if you think of that, in order to broaden your symbolic universe and not think, in the last moments of your life, I was not able to do anything, you have to be conscious that you did a lot. Maybe you were not able to do everything, but your effort was put into that. That would be a physical life's journey. Thanking for everything we have, and, mainly, thanking for what we do not have. Seriously, when someone says, yes, to you, this, yes, must be like a, no, because you will know how to evaluate how you are on the inside. When you have or do not have food, you have to have a thankful heart. External things cannot change you. I know this is a journey, and I say that so that you can listen and think about that. Then, we will take the next step, which is the death moment. We will talk about that moment when you no longer have your physical body, and how it happens. But then I must tell you that our website is www.centrodiestudos.org. Facebook group is Amigos do CEC. Get in touch with us, it will be wonderful, because you will be able to ask questions and I will answer it. We have a wonderful Q&A system. They pile up, and when there is a certain number, I answer many people at the same time. This is a journey from Centro de Estudos da Consciencia. Meet CEC, meet São Damião, which is a wonderful country house. Meet CEC staff, who works a lot and strives, who is actually trying to get rid of their egos. This is the great idea, so that we can relate with each other without the emotional barriers we create. Well, if you can help us, there is this button down there. You click on it and help us so that we can keep doing our work. I will see you on the next day. This was day 4. I will see you on day 5. If you did not watch day 3 and day 2, that talk about birth, watch them. It is interesting to learn what is the role of the spirit in this whole story. What is its reality, why it can abort, why it cannot be born, if it wants to, and why a woman can, perhaps, give up on having her baby for some reason. Life is more complex than we imagine. We create a way of life, but it does not follow our rules, it follows its own rules. Our website and contact information is on the description of this video. More on this topic. Refer to our study materials, astral projection, chakras, human behavior, clairvoyance, past lives, reincarnation.